So while it's very unusual for a child to go into a shockable rhythm, the etiology of children means that usually their arrests are caused by hypoxia. If the child has a known cardiomyopathy, it may be a good idea to use a defib if there is one available. Again, if you're in your base, there should be one available, but in people's homes, you need to have enough people to send them out to get one. There are a few differences when using an AED with children, which I will demonstrate. So they still need to be applied to clean, dry, bare skin. So if the child's chest is wet or covered in something, just dry that off. Unlikely to be any hair in the way, so that shouldn't be a problem. If there's any jewellery, again, make sure that it's not underneath the pads. Differences are the age of the child. So these are made for adults, but they can be used for children as well. That's absolutely fine. They are universal. But when you apply pads, they're not allowed to touch each other. So on an adult chest, there's plenty of room for pads to go in the normal position. On a small child's chest, there might not be enough space for the pads to go in the normal position. If that is the case, then they can go anterior, posterior, and I'll show you how. So just one at the front, and one in the same position on the back. And that is the same for infants as well. Although it's very unusual for an infant to go into a shockable rhythm, and high quality CPR is the priority in that case. The defibs that we supply to hospital and community will have a key. This halves the energy level, so it's more appropriate for a younger child. So there is a weight on here of 25 kilograms. We say that equates to approximately an 8-year-old. So if your child is over 8 years, you don't need to do anything differently. That's absolutely fine. But if your child is below 25 kilograms or the age of 8, you're just going to pop that in, and what that does is halve the energy level of the shocks that you give to that child. It makes it a bit more safe. If you get an AED that's from the community, as in locked in one of the cabinets, it's very unlikely that you'll have a key. We don't like to give people too many options if they're not trained, because it makes them not do anything, and that's the worst thing you could possibly do. So if that is the case and all you've got are the adult pads, it's absolutely safe to use on a child without a key. That's absolutely fine.